Hey guys, it's Sam here again. So I am in the semi, just FYI, that's why there's no bookshelf behind me. So I wanted to go through the favorite books that I've read so far in 2020. So the first one is Talking as Fast as I Can by Lauren Graham. This is the audiobook. I do own the physical copy, just this was much easier to take in the semi. This is Lauren's autobiography, and it's read by her, so it's that extra fast talking wit that she has, same as her Gilmore Girls character. The second one was the Ichabod, yeah, by J.K. Rowling. I know there's a lot of controversy around J.K., but I mean, she was the one who got a lot of kids into reading, and it's a really good book about this kingdom where there's these two kids, and just a weird series of events leads both of them with one parent, where each of them have one parent that dies, and then they grow up separately from the surviving parent. And so a king and a couple of the men go out into the swamp to fight a fictional kind of like fairy tale character of the Ichabod, and nobody believes it's real, but there's two advisors who are trying to convince the king that it is real so that they can gain more power. And it's just a whole series of events that just collide from there. But yeah, it's really good. And there's if I can find some, there's pictures drawn by little kids. I guess it was published on the internet first, and so she held a contest, I think, online for kids to submit pictures that they drew. And so it's just littered all throughout with just different pictures from the story. But yeah, it was really good and I enjoyed it. The other ones I don't actually have with me. After I read them, I think I took them back home and put them on my bookshelf. So it was Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell, and that was about this new girl who goes into school and she meets this guy, and at first they don't want anything to do with each other, but the only seat on the bus was right next to him, so she ended up sitting next to him, and they started kind of like getting into touch with each other by reading comic books and listening to music. And then it just escalates from there. She has an abusive, I think, stepfather, or I think it was stepfather. And so, yeah, it was really good. And that was audiobook. I finished that in the truck too. After that, I read The Forgotten Home Child by Genevieve Graham. And that one, it was a book about, I think it was World War II. There were like an insane amount, like 300,000 kids that were taken from England and sent to Canada to work as kind of like indentured servants. And it's a fictional story based on the actual events that happened. And it was really good. I really enjoyed that one. That definitely makes my top 5. And then the last 3. So 2 of them are by Neil Gaiman. One is Neverwhere, and the other is Good Omens. So I read those 2 for the first time this year, and I really enjoyed both of those. Like I bought a copy of Neverwhere, and I listened to the audiobook of it. And then Good Omens, I think I did the same thing. Maybe I didn't buy the physical copy of it, but I have the audiobook, and that's what I listened to in the truck. And then my all-time favorite book of the year is called The Truth About Magic by Atticus Poetry. If I can bring up a picture of it on Goodreads. I just gravitated toward it, and I think it was in Target one day because of the cover. So can you see the cover of that one? Yeah. it was gorgeous. And then I picked up and I started reading, and I'm like, God, this is really, really good. So I bought it, and I read it, I think, in a day and a half. And I just happened to be home when I read it, and my niece was there, and I think she's 7 when I started reading it, or maybe it was right around when she turned 8. Anyways, she enjoyed it too. So when I went home the last time, we went to Barnes and Noble's, and it was actually in the clearance section at Barnes and Noble's, and so I bought her a copy for like $6. But yeah, that was my all-time favorite, The Truth About Magic by Atticus Poetry. I have a copy. I know I do. I don't think I took it in the house, so it's somewhere in this truck. I just have to find it. And I wish I could have. I went back to Barnes & Noble's this last time for Christmas to see if they had more copies on clearance, because I was going to buy all the copies that they had so I could give them out as gifts, and they were completely out of the book. So that was sad. But yeah, that is my favorite books that I've read this year. So if you like the video, definitely hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. And let me know in the comments, what were your favorite books of the year? I'm always super curious what everybody's reading. I actually today just finished the audiobook of Astrophysics for People in a Hurry by Neil deGrasse Tyson. That's that one. So you might not know this, probably not, but in college I was a mathematics and astrophysics major for a while. So I took quite a few classes for, let's see, I took radio astronomy, cosmology, and then 2 or 3 other astrophysics classes and astronomy classes. So yeah, it was really, really interesting, and it's read by the author Neil deGrasse Tyson, and it just goes through pretty much the basics of an astronomy 101 class or a cosmology 101 class. So it goes through the chemical makeup of the Big Bang and the seconds after the Big Bang and all that, and then it goes through the chemical and biological makeup of, well, not biological, but chemical makeup of all the planets in the universe and all the galaxies, and the basic elements that everything is made up of, how they came to be, how they're related, how all the planets, galaxies, star systems, pretty much everything, just how it all began. It was a really interesting read while we were driving today. So that got me from Carlisle, Pennsylvania to the Ohio, almost Cleveland, Ohio, right around there. Yeah, so thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you later. Bye. Thanks for watching.